Kian's bubble-powered bedtime. The sun had gone down and the moon was in sight, but Kian was simply not ready for night. With his red fuzzy sweater and hair spiked up high, he grabbed his toy blaster to shoot at the sky. "I won't go to sleep," Kian said with a grin. "The fun is just starting. Let the bubbles begin." Then out of a bubble, with a pop and a flare, a magical unicorn flew through the air. Her name was Sparkleberry. She was chubby and sweet, with glittery hooves on her 4 little feet. "Hop on," she chirped with a wink of her eye. "We'll take a quick trip through the dark evening sky." They zoomed through a rainbow that stretched very wide. Kian felt ticklish on this colorful ride. The rainbow was made out of grape-flavored jam. It stuck to his fingers and stuck to his ham. Sparkleberry took a big bite of the blue, and Kian shot bubbles of every hue. They flew over oceans so deep and so blue, where the water was fizzy like soda pop dew. Kian looked down at the waves far below, where the fish in the water were starting to glow. "Look there," shouted Kian, pointing his hand. "It's much more exciting than boring dry land." A giant blue whale named Barnaby rose and sprayed a big fountain right out of his nose. But it wasn't just water that flew in the air. It was cupcakes and cookies and treats meant to share. Barnaby waved with a fin and a splash as Kian flew by in a bubblegum flash. "Take some," called Barnaby, splashing the sea. "There's plenty for you and your unicorn, see?" Sparkleberry caught a cookie right out of the sky, while Kian shot bubbles at the whale passing by. The bubbles went pop on the whale's big blue chin, making Barnaby let out a giant whale grin. They soared to the mountains where dragons all play, where the peaks are made out of soft purple clay. A dragon named Ember was sitting right there, blowing smoke rings that looked like hula hoops in the air. "Want to play tag?" Ember asked with a roar. "I haven't had fun like this ever before." They dodged and they dived through the mountaintop mist. Kian gave his bubblegum blaster a twist. He covered the dragons in bubbles of pink until the whole mountain started to blink. The dragons were giggling and rolling around, making a happy and thumping loud sound. But Kian was yawning, his eyes getting red. He started to think of his soft, cozy bed. Sparkleberry noticed and turned back around. "It's time that we put your feet back on the ground." They flew past the stars and the moon in the sky, waving the mountains and dragons goodbye. Tucked under his covers, so warm and so deep, Kian was finally ready for sleep. His bubble gun rested right there on the floor, while Kian let out a tiny, soft snore. He dreamed of the whales and the dragons so bright. "Good night, Kian," whispered the stars in the night.